Hey everyone, Scott here from the Fragrance Channel, Scott Aromatico. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining me today. It really means the world to me that you took time out of your busy schedule to join me, yours truly, Scott Aromatico, to talk about our favorite topic, fragrances. And as you all know, because you're experiencing it every day, it is hot outside. So that means summer is officially here. As we're looking for our favorite 10 summer fragrances that perform, that project, that get us compliments. So basically our top 10 favorite summer beast mode fragrances. Are you ready? Let's go ahead and dive right in. All right, the first one I'm going to talk about, and I've got a nice mix here. I've got some nice citrusy fragrances. I've got some nice sweet, heavy fragrances. I've got all kinds of different price points, guys. I've got some clones, I've got some indie, I've got some niche, I've got some designer. So sit tight and let's do this. First one I'm going to talk about is from a niche house called Perfumes de Marly, and of course I am talking about Percival. I absolutely love this fragrance. It's one of the best discoveries I made diving into the niche world because this fragrance is so good. And you know, I would almost say, if I dare, that this is a beginner niche fragrance because it almost reminds me of a more expensive like designer fragrance. You know, I like it. There's nothing really super like, you know, exciting, nothing that hasn't been done here before. But with that being said, I still love this for so many reasons. Let's spray it real quick just to get a little refresher if I get the cap off. Yeah, it's just so good. I mean, you've smelled this 1,000 times before, so it's not groundbreaking, but the citrus in here is really nice. Of course, there's lavender and broxin. You know, this is definitely going to pull you some heavy compliments for sure. You know, in the end, you're going to get some nice woody nuances. Basically, to me, this just kind of reminds me of an expensive, very expensive designer fragrance, but it's so good, and I think it's so much more than that. It's a little bit heavier, has a little bit more depth to it. A little bit kind of in that same DNA of Abercrombie Fitch Fierce, maybe a Dior Sauvage, something like that. But I still love it. I'm a big fan of Perfumes de Marly. I know some of you are not. And this particular fragrance happens to be kind of controversial. You either love it or hate it. But I love it because it goes 8+ hours on my skin. And again, like I said, definitely a heavy compliment puller. All right, next one on my list. So I'm not trying to tease anybody. I'm not trying to, you know, flex or anything like that. I know a lot of you can't get this fragrance anymore, and I just did a video on the perfect clone or the perfect inspiration. I'm talking about this one from Mugler. This one is the Amen series called Ultra Zest. Oh man, I really love gourmand fragrances, and it seems to me that you wear gourmand fragrances the most in the winter. But listen guys, this is just my opinions. We're just quote-unquote YouTuber influencers with opinions. We're having fun, we're entertaining. Wear a fragrance whenever the heck you want. If you want to wear a gourmand, sticky, sweet fragrance in the summer, by all means be our guest. They're just suggestions. You can wear them when you want to. A lot of you work in offices where they crank up the air conditioning, so you can get away with wearing heavier, sweeter fragrances. It doesn't matter as long as you like them, and I know that going in. So when I make a suggestion when to wear a fragrance, it's just that. It's just a suggestion. I'm not ordering you. I'm not telling you you have to do that. You do what you want. But I feel like they work better in these certain conditions. And gourmand fragrances tend to work better in the winter, with this exception. This one right here. Man, is it so good. There's so much going on with this one. The blood orange, the tangerine. I really love the mint and the ginger. Mint and ginger just work so good together. You know, then you've got that Mugler DNA with the coffee and the patchouli. The cinnamon here is really nice. Man, is it so good. There's a nice vanilla dry down as well. I get 8+ hours easily on my skin with this one, but I know, guys, I know it's discontinued. I know it's expensive when you go to try to find this one. It's like 300+. So I don't want to just show you this and flex and tease. There is an alternative, and I just did a video on it. If you haven't checked it out, please check this guy out. This is Sammy Anders, and he is making amazing inspirations, and he's also making originals. But this one right here is called Orange Sapphire, and it's got the blood orange, the tangerine, the patchouli, the ginger, the coffee. It is so good, and I feel like the ginger and the mint is dialed way more up, so you're going to get a better projection, better performance. And then this one goes nuclear, goes beast mode, goes 8+ hours. The same with this one. So if you can't find this one and you're looking for a nice, heavy, citrusy summer fragrance that lasts all day, try this one right here. It's only $30 versus $300, okay? That's why it made the list. Next one on my list, again, you know, a lot of you either love this one or you hate it. It seems like there's no in between here. But I really love the House of Mancera, and I love it because the price point is so good, but I feel like the fragrances just really do well on my skin, on Scott Aromatico's skin. They go nuclear. Anywhere from red tobacco to Cedrat Boisé, which is the one I'm talking about today. And I wore this one. This was my scent of the day for Sunday. I know you're watching this video on Monday. And man, this is a compliment puller. It is so good. And there's so many fragrances that are similar to this one. But man, it is so, so good because you've got that creamy, almost lemony vibe going on. It's just so creamy. I think that's coming from the sandalwood. And then one of the ingredients that does really well on my skin, and I wonder if you guys would agree to this, is black currant seems to just really do well on my skin no matter what it's in. That black currant and birch vibe just goes so well on my skin, and that it's no different with this one. It is so good, so creamy. Then you've got the vanilla dry down, and then also you get a little bit of that animalic leather. It's not, the leather is not too harsh because I know a lot of you don't like leather scents and you don't think leather would do well in the summer, but this one is so good. Nice woody vibes, nice leather vibes on the dry down. So good, and I get 8+ hours. And I feel like you can wear this one not just in the summertime, but really all year round. It's that gorgeous and that versatile. And it's just definitely a nice scent bubble too. This one pushes out. And I think the hotter it gets, the better it does on my skin. And it really pushes out more than an arm's length. It has a really nice intoxicating scent bubble. A real compliment getter for me for sure. All right, next one on my list. Wow, this one might be, I think out of all the ones I hear, this one might be the longest projecting, the biggest scent bubble, the best scent trail, and that's from Zaharoff. This one right here, for some reason on me and my wife's skin, I remember the first time we sprayed this one, Rosé I'm talking about, Signature Rosé. I remember the first time we sprayed it, we smelled it in the house for like 3 days straight, and we had just applied it to skin, maybe a little bit to clothing, and we smelled it forever. This is even after showers and whatnot. We kept smelling it pumping through the house, and I was so impressed with this fragrance because it checks off all the boxes, It's, projection, huge, more than an arm's length. Don't overspray, you'll fill the room. Performance, 8+ hours, so good. But the ingredients in here, let me spray this one, are so fantastic. Oh my goodness. And I used to think, because I'm kind of old school, and I used to think men shouldn't wear like florals, which is kind of an outdated way of thinking. And there's probably some of you out there watching the video that feel exactly the same way. I feel you, I know where you're coming from, but you're gonna have to trust me on this one. Wow, the rose incense in here is absolutely first class, 100% quality, grade A pure oil. It is so good, guys. The Turkish rose, the Bulgarian rose, the myrrh, the frankincense, and this thing just sparkles and shines. I think there's some jasmine in here somewhere. It's gorgeous, guys, and the hotter it gets, the better this one does. And to me, this is another one that you can wear all year round because of how fresh it is from the rose. You can wear it in the spring and summer, and because of the incense, with the myrrh and the frankincense and the rose incense, you can wear this in the winter and fall as far as I'm concerned. And like I said, these are just guides. Wear them whenever you want to. But man, this one is amazing. So next one on my list, another one of those fragrances. Man, it's so funny to read y'all's comments in some of the groups. This is a love it or hate it kind of a thing. And I know a lot of you feel the same way about Johnny Depp. I'm a big fan. I love Pirates, and I love a lot of his movies that he's done. I'm a big fan of Sauvage, and I have put a huge dent in this one, as you can tell. My wife and I both wear this one, and she really likes the way it smells on me, and she likes the way it smells on her. So for that reason, I have it in this list because I get 8+ hours out of this. It's something with that ambroxan. You've got the citrus, the lavender, lots of pepper, so much pepper, black pepper, Sichuan pepper, pink pepper, all kinds of pepper in here. And then just nice woody nuances on the dry down, and I get about 8+ hours. And the only reason why I don't like to wear it so much, even though there's a big dent in this one, but I've had this for almost 3 years, so so maybe it's not as big as it could be. But the only reason why I don't wear it too much is because you smell just like everybody else. Every time I walk someplace, into a grocery store, a movie theater, I'm always smelling this all around the place. So you may smell like every single person out there, but so what? It's still a great fragrance. So it's on the list. All right. Next one is a fan favorite. It seems to be getting a lot of hype, and for good reason. This is from the house of Versace. This is Hawas for him. I want to try the Hawas for her. If it is as good as this, man, it's got to be a hint. But this one right here is so good. Let's spray it. I love the cap. Cool presentation there. Let's spray this bad boy. Oh, man. So good. Citrusy, lemony, nice apple, nice plum. The cinnamon here is really, really well. There's cardamom. It's very aquatic with the ambergris and the musk and the driftwood. It's got an Invictus aqua vibe, but lasts so much longer. Really, really great fragrance. It definitely goes in its own direction. I think it's a little bit more earthy and woody in the dry down. And I really, really love this one. It goes nuclear on my skin, especially the hotter it gets. I get 8+ hours for sure. So try this one by Versace House for him. So good. Next one. Another one. Man, there's so many fragrances here that you guys, it's either hit or miss with you guys, but it's okay. These are what I like, and a little be a guide for you guys. I love this one by Aromatico. Some of you do not like clones. This is CDNIM. This is a clone of Creed Aventus, and it is so good. Now, the one thing about this when I first bought it, it was very harsh up top. It kind of reminded me of harsh cleaning chemicals with that lemony, citrusy vibe going on. But then once it dries down and once it settles down, man, this does magic in the heat. I remember the first time I wore this in Charleston, South Carolina. My mother-in-law kept telling me how great I smelled. Everybody in the room kept telling me how great I smelled. And it was just kicking and performing and just doing so good. I could smell myself, and sometimes I go nose blind, and other people can still smell me. This one I was smelling forever, because once it dries down, guys, it is so good. It is so well done. You definitely want to try this one out if you can get past the opening, which I know some of you can't. All right, another discontinued fragrance. Again, not trying to flex on anybody. I think these ones are a little bit easier to find and are not as expensive as Ultra Zest. This was by Bulgari Aqua Atlantique. Man, I like this one. The best way, I'm not going to spray all these ones or the video will take forever. The best way for me to describe this one, if you guys have gotten your nose on Dylan Blue by Versace, to me this reminds me of Dylan Blue, but with some aquatic sea notes in here. And I really like this one, and it does so good in the heat. It's so creamy, it's so sweet, so seductive, and then it has those aqua marine notes in it that are just so good, and I really, really like it a lot. And it goes 8+ hours on my skin, and I think it's fun, it's flirty. It definitely works. If you're looking to smell like the beach, this is the one for you. Definitely give this a try if you can get your hands on it. All right, next one we're going to do, this is from the house of YSL. This is YSL's Why EDP. One of my first pickups I bought when I made a very big purchase haul, and I'm so glad I got this one. Man, does it smell so good. It is so sophisticated. It is so gorgeous. I love this one right up there with Bleu de Chanel. I could have put Bleu de Chanel on here as well because that one goes 8 hours on my skin. But this is just, I know, another one of those kind of boring blue fragrances that a lot of you in the fragrance community don't like. But I love this one. It's been done before. Apple, citrus, ginger. I really love ginger in fragrances. And of course the tonka gives it that sweet vanilla vibe. And then I almost detect like an ambroxan in here, even though I don't think it's listed in the ingredients. But anyways, this is such a great fragrance that goes 8+ hours, and it's so versatile. You can wear this all year round, anytime, anywhere, for any occasion. All right, last but not least, I had a lot of different ones I could have put here, a lot of different ones I could have inserted anywhere. But we're going to do Jean Paul Gaultier's Le Beau. This one is so good. What can I say? This is a coconut bomb. A little bit of citrus up top, coconut, vanilla. Man, is it so good. It's very creamy. I get 8+ hours. I almost smell a little bit of ambroxan in this too, but maybe just my nose playing tricks on me. But guys, this one is so cool. I love the bottle. I love that you have to pull the pin to spray it. Just really, really sexy. This one is so gorgeous. It's so creamy. It's so tropical. It's the perfect vacation fragrance. Perfect to wear out by the beach, by the pool. You're going to pull compliments with this one. The scent bubble is intoxicating and goes forever. And another one too in the same vein by Jean Paul Gaultier is Ultra Male, and this one is good too, guys. They're both these fragrances are so creamy and so sweet. This one is more of a clubbing fragrance that you wear at night, maybe during the winter, but this one is perfect for the summertime. They're so good. All right, guys, that's my list. And let me just do 2 honorable mentions and I'll get out of here. This one right here by Authenticity Barbershop is Nuclear. It is one of my favorite fragrances. My wife loves this one too. And it just smells so fresh and clean, like a fresh foam shaving cream soap, and it lasts all day. And then one last one, if you guys love the way Elysium smells but hate the longevity of it, try Blue Sapphire by Sammy, because this one goes 8+ hours, okay? So definitely give it a try. These 2 are in my honorable mentions. Had to fit these guys in here. So there you have it. What are some of your favorites? Leave me your list down below in the comments. because it doesn't just help me, it helps all the people that watch my videos and all my subscribers. So we're a community here. Let's help each other. So leave your list down below just so everybody can see some of your picks, and maybe it'll spark something in their head and give them a different idea. Thank you guys so much for all you do for me. Thank you for helping make this channel a success. It's all because of you guys. I love each and every one of you. I hope wherever you are, you guys are finding peace and happiness, and I'll see you next time. Peace, love, Scott Aromatico out. Ciao.